ultimate hobby. This is the building of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to create a beautiful centerpiece, to seek out new builders and young model makers, to boldly go where no model has gone before.
Welcome everyone to another great episode of the Model Frontier. If you're new to this channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss a second of my great content, as we're coming up on 500 subscribers to the channel here as of this video. So as you can see by the outfit and by the fact that we're back on the bridge of the Enterprise, we're going to finally be continuing with the first issue for me of the Fanhome release of the Enterprise D. So this issue is going to be just continuing to build the ship. We're going to do some more panel work. We're going to do some work for the secondary hull section. It's really kind of boring, but it's a very good step anyway. So we've waited long enough for this. I know some of us have been waiting for quite a long time. So without further ado, engage. So here we are getting our hands back into this model, and boy does this feel good. So our first step is we have yet another deck panel, and we're putting in 11 escape pods, again with the lines pointing to the wider end of this. It does slope, so just like before, just like always, it points to the wider end, and we do have one space left open. I glue mine down as we've seen in the past. That shouldn't be anything new to you. Now we're going to take this part here, which is how we're going to do our light blocking. Obviously, it's going to go on like this, and it gets held down with a pair of AM screws. Alright, and after that, we've got this piece here to put on the front. It's really tough to tell in the instructions, but these two, the part with these two lines here points to this direction. So, as we've done in the past, we're going to put that right on there. And we secure that down with a pair of the IM screws. And as always, since we are going into metal, we do put our screws in a little bit of oil first. All right, just like that. And this panel is ready for us to put on to our saucer section. So now we're going to go ahead and go grab that, finally. Okay, so here we have our saucer section back, and we're going to continue building along this side. So we're going to just sort of slide this into place where it's going to go. Once we get that snapped into place, we're going to hold it down here and here with a pair of FM screws. Finally, they want you to cover this hole with the escape pod they give you. So Just like that. With that panel in place, we're going to put our saucer aside in a second, actually. So they want us to keep the saucer out and take this section, which we're actually going to put the next set of lights into. Obviously, you remember we had this piece which is just kind of floating. We finally got a reflector for it. The reflector is going to go in like this with the red and black wire are going to go into this section here. And the other wires are going to go right in, the green and yellow are going to go right in here. To hold this all in place, we're going to use, looks like 5 BP screws. So once you got that set of windows in and everything blocked, they want you to take it and plug it into any 2 ports on this PCB here, on your saucer section. And then when you flick it on, it should light up. And it's just barely lighting, but you can see the lights are working, so we're done. That's good. With that done and checking out, we're going to put our saucer section to the side, and we're going to bring over our frame for our secondary hull section, which we're going to put this piece onto. Now, we're going to take very careful notice as to how they want the wires to go through here. They want the wires to go through these holes right here on either side. They're going to extend to the back. And it is going to connect here. It's going to connect like that with a little bit of an overhang. And we're going to join that together with our DP screws. It's just like that. And then we're going to plug in, we're going to flip it around here, we're going to plug these in. It wants to go around the outside of these big pegs here. And we're going to put the first one, you're going to skip this row here, and the first one is going to go in here. This one is going to go in on the end right here. Just like that. And with that, we are done now with stage 79. So like stage 79, stage 80 is going to start us off with another one of these panels. And on this one, we put in 10 escape pods. Just like before, they all point, the red all points to the wider end. Again, I've glued all mine in like I always do. Just like before, we take a blocker piece, we're going to put it into place. And it's going to get held down with AM screws. Just like that. Now, we're going to take this deck panel, this deck edge, and it has this one flat end, which is going to go right onto here. We're going to put it into our lugs. Like that. And that's going to get held in with a pair of IM screws. And now with that in, we got to bring our saucer section back over so we can put this on it. And where it's going to actually go is it's going to go right here to complete the saucer section here. So just like before, I'm going to get it clipped into place here. We're going to hold it in place with a pair of FM screws. Once that's in place, the last thing you want to do is cover the hole here with your escape pod. And that is it for stage 80. So now at stage 81, we are going to add another piece of framework to our saucer section. The first thing we got to do is they want us to take this wire and we're going to bend these. We're going to expand this. And they want us to bend this outwards in this direction, 90 degrees on each side. And then we're going to put this wire, we're going to feed this through under and through here. The bulb is going to sit right in here. And we're going to hold it in place with this. With this and one AM screw. Just like that. And that's one of those things where it feels like you need 4 pairs of hands to do it. Now we gotta grab our saucer section back so we can add this to it. So let's go grab that. Okay, so we're going to continue to build our lower frame this way. We're going to take... First of all, we gotta make sure we're not pinching any cords. Once you got it satisfied, once you're satisfied with where it is, you're going to screw it in using one AM screw here, which we got to put into place. So an AM goes in here, FMs go on this row, and then these 8 are all BM screws. So once we get all those in place, I'll meet you back here. So now with that bit of framing in place, we're going to take our new wire here and we're going to feed it up. And they want us to plug this in to the to this 2 slot right here. Just like that. And now we're going to move the saucer to the side, but don't get it too far away because we're going to need it again. So as you can see, we got us a new piece for our secondary hull. Obviously, we can tell that this is to extend it. So we're going to be working on the back end here. First thing we're going to do is we have this panel, which we're going to put into place. There is a little tab right here. It's going to point to this end of it here. So that's your windows in place there. And then we're going to take our light and our reflector and put those into place. And they're going to be held in place with a pair of the DP screws. So just like that, we got our first set of windows on this end. And all they want you to do is, just like with the one section, they want you to plug this into the saucer and turn it on to see if it works. Obviously, you're going to plug it into just a 2-prong slot on the easily accessible board. I'm going to do that off camera, but if they all work, you are now done with stage 81. So stage 82 is going to start with this piece here, and you're going to put in 3 escape pods, just like we did, and then we're going to install our light blockers. So we got 2 of them to put in. This one here goes over the single window. And then you have this one to cover the double window. I think I got that backwards. And those are going to get held down with 3 AM screws. Okay, next we got a window panel to put in, and it can only go in one way. It is shaped to fit into this this place here. And then you're going to put on a reflector. Go right on here and get held in with, you guessed it, a single AM screw. Now that you got that on, you're going to take your phaser array, and like we've done many times before, we're going to put it right into place here and hold that down with a pair of the DP screws. Just like that. And even though we're not going to be able to hold it in place, the last little bit of this is you're going to take this panel of lights, of windows, and it's going to go right into there. And even though you're not going to be able to hold that in place, that completes stage 82, and that completes pack 21. So with that issue done, you know, I just couldn't resist doing this with it. So we're getting a sense now of just how this is all going to fit together. So obviously this is the framework we're working on, and I'm betting there's going to be a piece that goes on the bottom to create the bottom, obviously. But there's how it's going to look with the battle bridge on it. So yeah, coming together nicely, and hopefully soon. Well, this is issue 21, and there were only 31 issues, so yeah, soon we will have the whole Enterprise finally done. It's been a long journey, just like the journeys of the Starship Enterprise are sometimes, so just stick around and we will get this done finally. Meantime, thank you so much for watching The Model Frontier. Keep tuned to the channel for more great model work and some video game stuff as well. And I will see you next time on the Model Frontier.